Our topic is SEO, search engine optimization. Firstly, I would like to ask, how many people are aware of this search? Okay. Search engine optimization is basically an internet tool. Basically, it's related to a search engine for searching any particular, like related to celebrities, songs. We use Google. So that process is related to search engine. Its short form is SEO. Then for searching, like Google cannot read our mind, so we need to use, it's related to keywords and particular documents. So for like searching particular thing, we need to type proper keywords. Like if we are searching about latest songs or something, so we need to type in its name, right here, the artist sung by it. Then each document is related to a different inbox. And the main search engines are Google, Yahoo and Bing. Anatomy of search engines. Okay. Whenever you are searching, a page comes in full of 10 different outlets. That is known as anatomy of search engine. You people can see this red box. This is a paid thing. The company pays the search engine. The company pays the search engine to allow their name to come in the first 3 rankings. This system is run by SEM, which stands for Search Engine Marketing. And this blue box is a unpaid process. It is done by SEO process. This is also done by SEM. Now the further you will be clarified.
The full form of SEO is search engine optimization. It is basically an organic way of getting your website among top search results in search engine search feeds. In simple words, it means that it is the process of improving your visibility of website or web page on search engines. Now search engines reach websites through web crawlers or web spiders. Web crawlers are basically, they are the agents of Google. They will reach to all the websites which are available and they are user friendly. Now SEO is divided into 4 main sections: pre-page optimization, on-page optimization, off-page optimization and post-page optimization. Pre-page optimization is basically the planning before creating a website. Before creating a website, you should be careful about certain things. First is simple URL. While making a website, you should take care that your URL should be simple and it should not contain special characters. Second is website size. Website size should be 25 KB or it should be less than 25 KB or should be of 25 KB, because if your website is more than 25 KB, it will take time to load and the user or the visitor will get bored and he or she will switch to some other website. Then keyword research and analysis. Keyword research is a very important part of pre-page optimization because it helps to identify the relevant keywords on search engine. Then precise keyword targeting. It is basically when whatever you are finding, you should be precise about it. You should write correctly or should type correctly.
Good afternoon. Kaushal, I'll continue on-page optimization. On-page optimization basically means whatever optimization you do on your own website which you want to rank on Google. So the first part in on-page optimization is writing meta tags. The first one is title tag. As you can see here, this is a general search which we get when we search. The thing in the red box, this is the title tag. This should not be more than 70 characters and this should include the keyword which you are searching. This is basically for the user, so it should be written in a way that is user friendly. The next one is meta description. Meta description, can you see the written part in this blue box? This is the meta description. This should again not be more than 240 characters. This basically describes the web page. What is the web page about? Meta keywords. Meta keywords are keywords which the article is about, which you are targeting. They are at the back end. Top and bottom line text. As you can see this in the picture, top line text is the first line of any web page. This is the top line text. This is for the web crawler, because the web crawler, the similar text is there at the last line of the page as well, because the web crawler either enters your web page from the top or the bottom. So your web crawler should understand what the page is all about. That's why the top line text. The second part is content writing. This is the main part of on-page optimization. Nowadays, content is in form of articles which are approximately 500 to 600 words. These articles should contain the keyword which you are targeting. Again, the keyword density should be 5, not more than 5, not less than 5. More than 5, Google will consider it as spamming or overloading of keywords on your article, and less than 5 is a less density. Again, article writing, your writing style should be catchy and crispy, so that the user once comes on your website doesn't go, so it doesn't bounce back, and the bounce rate remains a healthy one. Again, third part is website designing. The design which you make should be attractive, which should make the user feel to stay on your website for more time. Again, design to sustain functionality. That means website design should not obstruct, as Dhwani said, the size for the website should not increase further. Again, and also web crawler friendly design. Fourth part is blog writing. This is a new concept. People nowadays incorporate a blog in their website. This is basically done to target more new keywords. So as you post new article in a blog, you target new keywords. Now I'd like Pooja to continue.
Alright, good afternoon everyone. I'll be further continuing with off-page optimization. Now, whether you see an on-page optimization or the off-page optimization, they both are equally important in SEO. Once you're done creating a website, off-page optimization is used to get backlinks to your website. Now, backlinks increase your page ranks, so it is very important to have strong backlinks. Now, there are few ways through which you can create backlinks. Now, majorly, people choose to use article submissions. Now, people write articles that is relevant to the website that you made. Now, suppose if your website is regarding e-commerce, it is an e-commerce website, so you can write articles on the various things like fashion accessories or the clothing or etc. Then you are supposed to submit an article and have backlinks in it, which is further submitted to different websites where you can submit these articles. And this is usually the frequency of it is very less. You can either do it fortnightly or once in a month, because it becomes very hectic to write articles every now and then for the move. Then the other thing would be directory submission. Now directory submission becomes very easy, as for articles you would have to go through the whole article, search for the backlink, but over here we directly submit the links to the directory submission website. This helps to, this creates one of the strongest backlinks to your website, and also it helps the web crawlers to go to your website, and this does help your website to get tracked. There's blog participation. Blog participation is basically not writing your own blogs, but commenting on the other blogs, which is again relevant to your website. So again, if you have an e-commerce website and if you are commenting, the blog should contain the content which is relevant to it. Social bookmarking. When I'm talking about social bookmarking, I do not mean social online sites such as Facebook and Orkut. This is a Web 2.0 site where you basically bookmark your website. This again creates a backlink, but for the whole SEO you have to do it very smartly, because if you overdo it, it is called as spamming. Further, there is press release submissions, where we write press release if you are launching a new product, or you have a new director, or someone has retired so you could always write a press release. It is a monthly activity. Press releases are very limited and they help, but they do not give you much of backlinks. The last one being the question and answer site submissions. We all know about Yahoo Answers. Over there, we are supposed to answer questions regarding again to your website. Now, again, we have to do it very smartly, because if you do not do it smartly, the Google considers it spamming, and it is called as black hat technique. Now, Google, with its recent updates of Google Panda and Google Penguin, it got divided into 3 sections. That is the white hat techniques, the black hat techniques, and the grey hat techniques. In black hat techniques, it is basically what we call as spamming. The grey one being working smartly and not letting Google know that you're doing it. You're using the black as well as the white hat techniques. And white hat techniques being all the ones that we all just discussed over here. And further caution.
Post-page optimization is basically after your website is established. First one is XML sitemap submission. Basically, Google likes a lot of content-rich websites which keep on changing their content regularly. So that, to make that process easier, Google has provided where you can submit the XML sitemap of your website. So this helps Google to notify the changes which you have made in the website. The second is response to feedback. This is general feedback which the user or through Google you might get. There is a monthly reporting. You have to prepare an SEO report that will tell you where you are going wrong. Now I'll ask Dhwani to continue.
Now, pros and cons of SEO. Pros is basically like SEO is free. SEO you can do free, and it helps to save money and reduce investment. Now, if your website is user friendly and you are doing regular SEO, then it will help to maintain the website, and more visitors will come to your website and they will stay for longer. And cons is like it takes long time. It is very time consuming, and you need more and more effort to do SEO every day. Thank you.
Thank you.